History is full of key battles and events that shape the world we live in. And if you're a fan of alternate history, you probably wondered what it would have been like had something turned out differently. In this video, I'm going to be discussing some countries that could have existed had an outcome been different. Welcome to the Council of Knowledge. The Kingdom of Alvara. Qusayla was a 7th century Berber Christian king of the Kingdom of Alvara and the leader of the Auraba tribe. In our timeline, Qusayla was able to defeat the first Arab invasion of the modern-day Tunisia, but he was killed in the next Umayyad invasion that took place a decade later. In this alternate timeline, Qusayla was able to repel the next invasion with help from the Byzantines and other Berber tribes. His kingdom continued to prosper and created alliances with their neighbors across the Mediterranean. In this other timeline, the Federalists in the United States successfully lobbied to block the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. 4 years later, however, when Napoleonic France invaded Spain, the Spanish forces in New Spain advanced onto the Louisiana territory with help from Britain and the native tribes. In this scenario, the US expansion westward was stopped and California and Texas became independent republics. In this other scenario, the Mongol invasion led by Kublai Khan of the Yuan dynasty in 1274 was successful in establishing Mongol control over Japan. Khan set up a regional government later led by Hong Dagu. This arrangement lasted until 1368 when Hong Dagu's son succeeded his father and declared independence from the newly established rule of the Ming dynasty in China. The Dagu Empire was later successful in capturing Korea, eastern Russia, and lands in China and southeastern Asia. As a result of the Armenian, Greek, Assyrian, and Syriac genocides and ethnic cleansing by the Ottomans, millions of Christians were forced to move to more Christian areas in northern Iraq and Syria. The Assyrio-Chaldean delegation presented this map at the Paris Peace Conference in 1919 and asked the British and French for support for an independent Assyria in the Christian majority regions in Iraq, Syria, Turkey, and Iran. In this alternate world, the Assyrian Republic was formed and the subsequent Kurdish invasions of some of those areas never happened, making it the oldest Christian nation in the world. In the wake of the Roman withdrawal from Great Britain in about 410 AD, Devon and Cornwall held out as the British Kingdom of Dumnonia, and they were able to defend their lands from the Mercian and Wessex attacks. Dumnonia prospered as a strong Catholic kingdom through the Middle Ages. King Judal VII was later overthrown by a peasant revolt that established the Republic in 1861 with the help of the newly formed First French Republic. During the French Revolution in 1791, the royal family of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette was never discovered fleeing Paris and continued their journey into the Habsburg-controlled Netherlands. This still led to the establishment of the First Republic in 1792, but the new government was weak, which allowed for the Habsburg invasion of France to reinstall the king in 1795. However, Sardinia had already taken over southeastern France with the help of Britain, Portugal, and Spain. All in all, the French monarchy survived till this day in this scenario. In this scenario, Oman was able to strike an agreement in 1797 with the British to renounce their claims over Eastern Africa in exchange for British support for the Omani Sultan's claim over most of the Arabian Peninsula. The Sultan now controls present-day Oman, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, southern Saudi Arabia, and parts of Yemen. The Anhuac Confederation is established after Hernan Cortés lands in today's Mexico. The different city-states and local groups band together with the Aztecs instead of joining the Spanish to defend their land. Cortés is forced to retreat and sail back to Spain. Due to the diverse nature of this confederation, they decide that a council made up of different kings and local chiefs will rule the land to prevent internal civil wars that could weaken them against future attacks. When Eric the Red was banished from Iceland for manslaughter, he explored the uninhabited southeastern coast of Greenland. He named it Greenland on the assumption that people would be more eager to go there because the land had a good name. The Kingdom of Greater Greenland traded with the Native Americans, which allowed them to explore the eastern part of the United States. The religion in those lands was divided between Norse paganism and Christianity, making it the last country to have a sizable pagan population. In this scenario, Greater Kanowra was a republic in Africa that was created by a nationalist movement of the Kanuri ethnic group that was established in 1953 after the colonial powers and France left Africa. Centered on Borno, the nation contains parts of Nigeria, Cameroon, Niger, Chad, Sudan, and Libya. They speak Kanuri language and their religion is 60% Sunni Islam, 30% Christian, and 10% made up of African local religions. This was an attempt at creating some alternate countries that could have happened had some historical events turned out differently. Make sure to leave a comment below telling me your opinion of those countries, subscribe if you want to catch future videos, and I will see you next time.